All right, what's up, familia? Welcome inside the Big Rig. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep in between the lines. Got your load secure. All right, so when I was a kid, I knew these two other kids, and we moved around a lot, man. We never really had a stable home. We always moved around every year, every 2 years, every 18 months. Just pick up and move, man. Anyway, throughout that time, I came across two kids that I knew pretty well. And they had a nickname. Their nickname was Gordito, which there was nothing wrong with it, right? I mean, in the culture with raza and all, there's really nothing wrong with it. You hear that a lot. You hear that a lot. It's really not that offensive as it is like in English. You rarely hear anybody call someone else fat or fatso, right, as a nickname. But in Spanish, especially with raza, it's okay. It's very acceptable, man. There's, relationship couples that have that for a nickname for one another. The guy will call their jaina gorda or gordita and vice versa. She'll refer to him as gordo. There was this one dude when we were kids. I remember going to his pad and his uncle was there. Now, I didn't really know his uncle much. Thing is, I never knew his uncle's name. You guys want to know why? Because everybody referred to him as Gordo. All the adults at that barbecue were calling him Gordo, and all the kids were calling him Tío Gordo. Tío, as in uncle. Uncle Fat. Uncle Fatso. It's very acceptable, man. It really is. Tío Gordo. I never knew the man's name. It was so common, just like anybody would call them Tío Martín, Tío Carlos, Tío whatever. Everybody was calling him Tío Gordo. I only saw that man twice, and I never knew his name. Because everybody just referred to him as Gordo. So it's pretty common for that name to be thrown around here and there. Without any real true malice behind it. It's just, hey, man, it's just a pretty common nickname, man. So, going back to these two kids, right? And I lost contact with them. Like I said, we used to move around a lot and all. And just thinking about it, as a kid, your mind is still developing. You're still taking a lot in. When somebody comes to offend you and fat shame you and call you, a complete fat ass or something, it comes with malice behind it, right? Trying to cause you harm. That is right in front of your face. You can catch that. Sure, it might offend you, whatever feeling it gets to you, whatever it may be, right? But it's there. You see it. You see the danger of it. What I want to touch on is it was the family, mom and dad. One of them only was raised by a single mother, and the mother will call him Gordito in front of everybody, and nobody saw anything wrong with it. Hey, Gordito, and nobody ever saw anything wrong with it. The other one had both mom and dad. At least I think that was his dad, but they would both refer to him as Gordito. As a kid, when your mind is still developing and all, isn't that now just giving that kid that mental complex that's who he is, that's his identity? And as he grows up, if he's not a fatso, he's losing his identity. He's losing what makes him him. That's what he's growing up to believe in his mind. Because it's not coming from a place with malice. It's coming from your family. It's coming from your mom. It's coming from your dad. It's coming from the ones that love you. It's coming... they're calling you Gordito, giving you this, they're basically giving you this identity without really trying to cause you harm. I really truly believe that mom and dad are not out there trying to cause you harm. But because it's coming from a place that's benign, because it's coming from your mom, the one who loves you and cherishes you, isn't this now doing the damage to your mind that where you grow up now, this is your identity and this is who you are supposed to be? You're supposed to be nothing but a straight fatso, and that's going to cause health complications to you down the line? It's completely innocuous at that time. Now I do see an issue with it. One thing that I have never, ever, ever, ever in my life ever seen. Maybe you guys have. I never have. Ever. I have never, ever seen parents, grandparents, legal guardians, whoever it may be. I've never, ever seen them put a limitation on how much their kid eats. Ever. Ever. Now, limitations to so-called junk food when it comes to cake, sodas, things of that nature, candy, things of that nature. Yeah, I have seen parents put limitations on that. But when it comes to other foods, tortas, pizzas, chilaquiles, bread, rice, juice, like if they're drinking something very healthy, not knowing how much damn sugar there is in that sucker, that I've never seen. Ever. Now, maybe you guys have. I never have. I've never seen them put a limitation on how much you eat. If the kid wants seconds, hey, a toda madre. You're back for a third plate, get some more. Órale, con ganas. Not only that, I see it make the adults proud. Like, man, my kid can eat. Let's go. Some more. You're having some chilaquiles with crema. Let's go, man. Have a third plate. Instead of saying, like, you know what? You had a full plate of food. You're fine. You're okay. The kid still says they're hungry. No, you're not. You don't know what real hunger is. Okay? You're okay. You're fine. You'll be all right. You're not going to starve to death. Okay? You're not going to fall over in a few hours and die. You'll be okay. You had a full plate of food. I remember getting pizzas and everything like that, man, when we were kids. And it's like, hey, just have at it. You want more slices? Eat more. Go, just have at it. And like I said, heck, parents will get proud. They would get proud. Like, damn, you ate 6, 7 slices. You're coming back for slice number 8 or 9. Whoo, this kid can eat. Without encouraging the kid to eat more, that was encouraging for a kid to go and eat more. Let's pay attention a little bit, just a little bit more, on what we are presenting to the youth by giving them these little nicknames like Gordito. Look, if you see that little kid is fat, maybe you shouldn't label that kid as Gordito and make it, nice, a nice little nickname for him. Yeah, I get it, man. Those nicknames get thrown around, especially with raza, like it's nothing. Nobody thinks anything of it. Well, probably instead of giving them that, hey, you know what? Let's try to get you out of that. Let's try to get you out of the you being Gordito. Maybe we should start putting a little bit more limitations on how much people eat or how much our kids are eating. As opposed to, I'm going to make all this food and eat as much as you want all the time. Doesn't matter. Because later on in life, when those health issues come, that's when it matters. That's when it does matter. And reinforcing that bad habit and giving these kids that identity where they can identify now, because it's coming out of a place of love, calling them Gordito as a kid or Gordita. I never really heard the name Gordita for little girls. For little boys, I heard it, pretty often. But I knew 2 kids who come to mind. through his nickname, we're Gordito. Gordita was more, I heard it more with adults, where the man would have that nickname for his wife. Now, hey, you guys are adults. Hey, a toda madre, handle yours. But I'm talking about the kids where their mind is still developing, and you could debilitate them by giving them that name, Gordito. And all these health issues with all the junk that everybody keeps on putting inside their body. Which, hey, man, all that stuff. You know what? I'm not even going to go there, man. I'm not going to go there, Holmes. Okay? That's a video for another one, man. I love all that stuff, too. But that's a video for another day. I'm just talking about the name Gordito and all this food that you go ahead and you look at them with proudness in your eyes. They see that. They see like, damn, you can eat, kid. Let's go. Handle it. That's right. Maybe it's time that we drop some of these nicknames like Gordito that can bring health issues when he grows up, and probably not even when he reaches the age 50, probably in his 20s. And maybe start putting a little bit more limitations on how much kids eat. Instead of just saying like, hey, man, my kids can eat as much as they want. That's fine. Is it? Is it really fine? Because their health might say something different. As always, familia, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware of your surroundings and always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you related, but loyalty makes you family. Until next time, this is Ed the Troll Trucker. Over and out.